Boom!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Wow!
Also, everybody at home, Happy New Year. That 2022 may bring you everything that you want.
I think this 2022 year that just started is the year, in Dutch you say het jaar van de waarheid, the year of the absolute breakthrough. What do you think, Roald?
Well, we all know what we've been doing in 2021. And to be honest, 2021 was definitely the best year so far. But it was all just creating the foundation for the next years to come. And many things have been achieved. Many targets have been achieved as well. But for 2022, there are so many things on the roll. I cannot wait actually to bring everything out.
Man,
we've been working behind the scenes.
The excitement here at the office and the excitement everywhere. The people that know what is coming, they are like, woo! Roald, did you know that after the last call, when we announced those 5 countries?
Yes.
Do you know, I did the calculation, do you know that in those 5 days, we did more turnover than the whole month December? Not last year, because it was last year, but in 2020. Did you calculate that?
I think that we even did more revenue, almost more revenue in the last 5 days and in the 25 days before that. So it was definitely a strong closing of the month.
Wow.
We actually announced the promotion and everybody got really excited. Also, of course, the triple the units. And like I said, don't get used to it. It was something really special that we wanted to bring.
It was an absolute boom. Bermuda in 1 hour.
And on top of that, when that was launched together, we actually launched also the View Academy course too.
Yes.
But nobody even...
We forgot ourselves to mention it, that it was coming.
But also online again in 4 languages. I saw in the groups and many of you have already seen it. And probably a lot of you have already finalized it and even passed the exam. So now they have the next item available.
And people are really proud. They show, look, I have this one and I have that one.
And then also, I think it was December 30. You already thought it was Monday today, but I'm also a little bit mixed up with the days.
I write in the groups Monday call. And I am completely thinking that today it's Monday because we had the New Year's yesterday. And I thought that is the Sunday. And now I get mixed up because I went out of the Netherlands because we have a complete lockdown. You can do nothing here. And my children were very sad. Dad, what are we going to do? Yeah, nothing. So at the 31st, we decided, we saw in Belgium, we saw an article on television that it's not social to go to the neighbor country, Belgium, because there everything is open. I thought, whoa, but let me then not be social. Let me go. Everything open. And I took all the children with me and I stayed in Antwerp and we had a great celebration. And you can hardly understand that our country is in a complete lockdown and a country that speaks the same language, that is connected with it, that was actually in the past the Netherlands too. They have really nothing. They do party like this.
They think in the past we were Belgium too, but that's not really how it is, huh?
Now in the Roman time they called this whole area Belgica. So
yes. So anyway, also on the last day, I think it was on Friday or Thursday last week, we announced also the Infinity Pool. We already launched or announced it before, but we launched it on, I think it was December 30. Yeah. So now everybody that logs into the View dashboard, you go to the left, you click on pools, and then you see the whole overview. So you see, even for everybody who was a little bit afraid that they would not get the units in the selected groups, categories, but now it's all done. So now you can see that everything you did from all the way from the beginning with the TIA packages,
you got it.
You now have the units in the either the basic pool, the category, the standard category, the super category, or the ultra one. So
you know, I really have to say that since we are with this company, Roald, we started in 2018. So we did 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and now we are already in 5th year. You know, and honestly, I've never stayed with one company so long. Do you remember?
I know that
I stayed never more than 3 years. But
I know that
this is actually the only company in the world in the 34 years that I'm in
Wow.
network marketing that under promised and always over delivered. Whatever and every time more. Every time
Yep.
we promise the people they get this, and then we come with this, that, and that. Boom, and they get it.
And that's why we're excited about 2022 because 2022, I think it will be bigger than the 4 years combined.
I think this year we are going to, we said it last year, we will break records. And actually we had the whole, since the summer, we get into a vibe, we get into vibration. We saw, how many apartments did we have to give away? You told me, we were shocked how many new crown diamonds we had.
I think we had about 6 in the last quarter of last year. So things are on the move.
So and they are all in the Middle East.
Yes, all in the Middle East.
All in the Middle. 6
But the Middle East is a big area, it's like a lot of countries, of course. So
it's huge.
Yeah, but in the beginning we're in Europe. We had, of course, in Mexico, and now other parts of the world. But I think that after next year we also have apartments
cars.
in.
How many cars?
Yeah,
did
cars.
we have
I
to
lost
pay?
count. I lost count.
We not even see it in the groups
No.
anymore. When you have the car, please put your videos in the group that people want to see. Because when we have
actually a lot of the new ones I already received the pictures and the moves, and they go to the media team and they make a nice video out of it, and
a video of half an hour.
No, it will be a nice short video of 1 or 1.5 minutes, and it will go on the socials in the next few weeks, step by step, for every new black diamond, of course.
Wow.
And this is finally 2022, and I know that in the beginning, if you're a small company or you just founded, and then the other big network marketing giants, they look at that small little company over there.
Yeah, what small little.
And then you become a little bit bigger, and they're like, hey, the company is still here. I promise you, after next year, after the year, it's something that people are afraid of.
I saw the waterfall of success. I saw the last month, let's say October, November, December, and I saw in October it doesn't get any better. And then November, boom!
Yeah.
And I said, what can we do to December? It's the Christmas, it's the New Year. Never ever I saw a company where after the Christmas came way more sales than before the Christmas. But
I think we can almost say that the worst month last year was better than the best month in the year before.
Yeah.
So hey, that's what we're gonna do this year again. Let's make sure that the worst month this year is like December last year.
Wow. And I saw, I saw that we fractionally, there's just something left, but we sold out those deck coins.
We just got started, so yeah, that's the beginning and an end.
We have the view that is going ballistic. I want to come back on it because it was within an hour. Bermuda was sold out. 7 hours after we started,
people were panicking. Actually,
Monaco was
remember
sold
how they
out.
were panicking in the night?
They were panicking. They saw it going, and there was a lot of stress. And then 1 hour later, a country that was not in, but people possibly thought it's in, the Bahamas, gets sold out. Boom. Then the next day, we sold out Alaska. And at the end of the night, we sold out Luxembourg. And when you see, actually, the country that sold the most is Switzerland.
Yep.
And Switzerland
still
went over 60% sold out, but they had 1,800, and it's still going, because Switzerland. It's all calculation.
And now we have 5 new, I think it's islands. All islands were introduced.
Now we have the Bounty Islands, but the people don't know that. Most people have no clue that they are there. So I will throw it in.
I think it was in the newsletter as well. They don't read the newsletter.
I read the newsletter. I made the screenshot. Some people said, "Do we have new countries? Are you not looking?"
Yeah, so the ones that are chosen because of the voting, they will be added on the 11th of January. Because now first we have these 5 Bounty Islands until the 10th, or as long as they are available.
And we choose islands that, because the 5 countries, I had a lot of people said, yeah, but Mr. Alberts, they are all 1,000. Yes, because that gives a boom, of course, immediately in your universal pool.
100%.
Things. But now we choose Bounty Islands that are actually actually very good. Like Samoa, people don't know, but Samoa is where Rock Johnson comes from, you know, Samoa.
Ah.
It is, and Curacao, hey, Curacao.
Finally.
It is, and they are rich too. When you look at the average income of those islands, they are good
They
to
go
go.
fast too. So 5 islands have double the units now
Yes.
until the 10th of the month.
And they are 125 and 250.
And on top of that, we also extended the month of December until the 10th of January. That means the total revenue in 40 days from the 1st of December till the 10th of January will count as 1 month as December. So people are still right now qualifying to get to a higher rank, of course.
It was such a violence on sales, but you know, I have to say one thing as well. And when I saw which countries were in the double the units, I think people didn't understand that there are a couple of countries that are way underrated. There were a couple of countries that I thought, I don't understand why they don't buy, for example, Mexico or something, or why they don't buy Greece, or because there are countries with such a huge potential that I'm sure, personally, I am sure that whatever they buy for units, it only takes a couple of years and they make that every month. It takes some more years and they make it every month, every day, maybe even in the future.
Could be.
Because when you look at a country like Greece, it has 700 islands and it has Santorini, Mykonos, it has Corfu, it has Athens, it has Sparta, Leonidas.
Yes.
The people don't know that Leonidas is from Greece, so that whole history and all those, the Olympic Games, where did they start?
Yeah, was Greece, Athens.
all those beautiful gods, almost all my children have Greek names, you know, Athena, Hermes, Aphrodite, all Greek gods. Zeus.
You have a child called Aphrodite?
Yes, Xera Aphrodite. That's the oldest one. I started with her. You see? Now, and but you know, I didn't say nothing because people were busy with doing the other, but I really think that they missed out, and it is unfortunate that we could not put them in. So, you know,
that's how it is. So, Greg, are you there?
Actually, I am. Yes, I am.
I'm going to switch immediately to Greg.
Yeah.
That was so fast, Rob. Wow.
I want to get out of here.
I want to do something nice for the people, but I get boom, there I go.
Boom, exactly right. Sometimes he's just got to cut you off, man.
Hey, boom, 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 boom.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen, Happy New Year, you guys.
Happy New Year, Craig.
Happy New Year. I hope that, you know, listen, I love when we start off this way and celebrate the way we closed out the month. That was an incredible set of days. And well done. I mean, well done to all of you in the field, and well done to you, Igor and Roald, and the team there. What a crazy explosion and a great way to end the year. In fact, you know, for me, nothing is more exciting than to end a year and to end a month that hot, that on fire, because the energy transfer into the next year is unmistakable. This company is on fire. And I think exactly what you said, Roald, is that I think if we can end December as the best month, making this December like a small percentage of the business, boom shakalaka, as the man next to me says.
Hey, and how much money do you think our distributors, our affiliates have made?
Yeah. That is exactly, listen, that's the whole point. The whole point of this business is to innovate wealth creation for humanity. Humanity starts with our field. That's humanity. And as they're creating wealth for themselves, collectively, we are creating an impact in the world that is a magnet and draws people to us. And so to your point, Roald, you know, we're a 4-year-old company that has been on the periphery for most people. Most people don't know who we are. And I can tell you, in the United States, nobody knows who we are. They keep seeing me post stuff on on Facebook and Instagram. I've got pictures of the logo and all of that, but they have no idea who Success Factory is. Wait until this year and we light this country on fire, and the residual impact, the amount of people in the world that know somebody in the United States and the amount of people that people in the United States know somewhere else in the world, it's going to become a like literally just an explosion out into the world. Our name is going to go down in history as a massive, massive impact playing company. And it started right now. It started in the, you guys have been burning it for 4 years. So, Jason and I are relatively new to it for a couple of years, but holy shit, the energy and the movement of this company is just, it's unmistakable. I'm so excited about it. I guess you can't tell, but.
Oh, I cannot tell that at all. You should tell your face.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell my face. Hey, face, slow down.
He looks happy. You said.
Oh my
Greg,
God.
this is a new year, and I look forward to see again all the trainings and the added value of you and Jason to bring to the field, to bring to the leadership, to bring to the corporate side. So this is only day 2 of the year, so we have a long way to go. But at the same time, we don't have enough time to do a lot of things, so we have to work above and beyond, and we're ready.
Well, good. Well, let me just get on with my focus training for today. This is just like the end of a year. There's always the start of the year, and the energy and the thought in both are the same. I think when we're closing out a year, we're operating on gratitude, we're operating on reflection, we're operating on appreciation, we're operating on pure feelings of celebration, celebrating our wins, celebrating the things that we've done to this point. So it's a bit of a, a bit of a retrospective is the word I was using for. A retrospective, meaning you're looking back in time, appreciating all that has happened in the year to that point. And then when you get to this point in the year where everything is fresh again, everything is new, everything is wide open. It's a clean canvas. We're ready to start painting our life and our direction again. This is an exciting time, because we have the historical successes of our past, which tend to be predictors of our future. We all know that. So a lot of the habits we've carried with us, they tend to predict our future if we don't disrupt them and change them. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good, and we need to be honest about that stuff, and we need to confront that stuff. And that's part of our core values. That's part of what we measure ourselves on, right? The core value of integrity is really about self-reflection, honesty, transparency, all of that. And integrity is our leading core value, along with innovation, freedom, contribution, and leadership, all really core to our behavioral decisions in life. And as we look at rolling into 2022, this is the moment in time where we should be breathing, we should be walking, we should be considering, we should be reflecting, we should be introspective, we should be thoughtful, we should be goal-oriented. All of these are very, very important decisions. For example, today, the last couple of days, but today before this call, it's a bit rainy here in Atlanta. And it's a little, it's warm. It's actually quite warm. And I went for a walk, and it's what I do. I love to go for a walk, and I listen to books, and I listen to music too. Sometimes I just want to jam to music and feel, that vibration through me. Music is something that it's important to all people, but some people like myself, I completely vibe through music. I communicate with my friends through lyrics. When I hear a great song, I think of someone, I send it to them, and it's what I do. Music is how my soul floats through through life. And so I often do that. But today I didn't do that. Today I listened to a book, The Power of Your Spoken Word, 300 Powerful Affirmations. And the reason I did that, I bought this book today. There's another book I was looking for, but it wasn't available in audio. So I ordered it on Amazon. It's called Power Words, How to Light the Fire Inside of You. And our very own Jason Tyne has written a book on 52 words, which is a great book. If you've never read Jason's book, you should read it, because it really focuses on one word per week to kind of get your brain thinking about a specific word and how it applies in your life. But you know, the purpose of words is because they have so much power in directing and shaping your destiny. I'm going to say that again. Words have all the power in shaping your destiny, because words, as you think of them, then become the music of your soul. Why? Because they become the thoughts that become the leading, guiding thoughts. And leading, guiding thoughts ultimately become what you see, because you see in your life what you prepare yourself to see. And what you prepare yourself to see are the thoughts that you allow to take hold as predominant thoughts in your brain. So this is why it becomes crucial that you establish the right words in your thinking. And it's crucial that you establish resolutions at the beginning of the year. And it's crucial that you establish goals at the beginning of the year. And it's crucial that you establish affirmations or mantras at the beginning of the year. See, I created a mantra for myself 25 years ago, and it has guided my thinking ever since. All of the people in my life, including all of you, are here because of a mantra that I established in 1998. And it's so important to me, and it's my anchor belief system. And it goes like this, that my purpose on earth is to awaken the people and organizations that I work with to their possibilities. My purpose on earth is to awaken the people and organizations I work with to their possibilities. And then I further extended that to, I'm powered by possibility and driven by results. Now I put those two together because possibility is the dreaming. It's the creative genius that I can be drawn to, that allows me to be innovative, right? But I'm driven by the results, because ultimately discipline and rigor and business and relentlessness and resilience, all words that are powerful words that drive consistent behavior through the pain, the rejection, the failure, the sucking at life. And here's the deal. I love pain. I love failure. I love rejection. Now that sounds insane, and it is a little bit, but I have learned that it's in those moments that I grow the most. Not when I win. I appreciate the win. I love it. I love to win. I fight to win. I'm a champion around that. I freaking love to win, and I fight hard to win. But I honor and love losing, because I become very reflective, and I recalibrate. And I know that life is winning and losing. The whole thing it's always the same. And so I resolve in this coming year to continue to be that way, right? So this is what I'm thinking about here, right? 2022 resolutions, goals, and affirmations. That's what's in my brain. And I went back to the process of setting goals, and I'm intense about this kind of stuff with myself and my family. But I learned these 10 steps in setting goals. I've shared this with you before, but it's appropriate at the beginning of the year for you all to be reconsidering, refiring, re-engaging yourself around this process. And it starts with these 5. Be decisive. Always be decisive. Don't be half-assing anything. You know, there's a lot of stories out in the world, and there's a couple of little videos that talk about people who half-ass. If you half-ass, you literally limit yourself from any kind of success. You need to be fully engaged. You need to put your full effort in. And even if you fail, at least you can be reflective and say, I did my very best. You want to have that question like, hey, what if I had done better? What if I had tried harder? What if I had worked a little bit more? If you have that what if scenario, that's death. That is hell to me, to wonder what if, right? And so be decisive, get after it. Be focused. Man, is it so frustrating to be around people that have multiple focus and they think that they can do so many things. That's BS. Like, be focused about what you want. Dare to suck, meaning embrace failure. Love it. It's okay. It's a part of the program, but be willing to fail your way 1,000,000 times in 2022 and watch what happens when you win 1,000,005. Those 5 are going to change your life. Okay. So dare to suck. Write. What do you want to have? What is it that you want to have this year that you don't? Like, write what you want to have and be all about it, because that's what's going to be the language that's in your head, right? Okay. And then plan. What are the steps you're going to take to do that? Okay. And then the next 5 are involve people, involve your family, involve your team, involve everybody. Make your statement, be decisive, write it, plan it, and involve people in it. Okay. And then take action. Don't hesitate. Like, this is where you have to be willing to fail. So many people have pride issues in their head. They don't want to fail. They don't want to be seen a fool. They don't want to be looking like they've made a mistake or overstated or overinflated their point of view. Who gives a crap? This is your life. Just act, get after it, and then celebrate all wins. When you have a win, celebrate it. You know, you've seen me do this before, and it's just a thing that I do. But even my little grandson Covey, who's 2, the way he knows who I am, he calls me Pop. But whenever he sees me, he just goes, yes. That's what he does. Yes, I'm Pop, because I teach him the process of celebrating all wins. When he catches the ball, when he does anything, and I've done this with all of my kids and my grandkids. Celebrating each little thing embeds in your brain the ability to win through everything, even if it's painful. When you have a win anywhere, you find it, you celebrate it, and you're like, yes, that's a win. Boom, check, check, check. Because when you have an orientation towards winning, when you have an orientation towards competing and winning, you will take it the small level. It will actually exacerbate and become the same thing on the big level. Play to win, celebrate everything that you do, recognize and appreciate when you don't win, and then get on it. And then inspect everything you're doing, right? This is the word because I've shared with you that the is about recalibrating, reinventing, restarting, It's the beginning of the year, so this is the time to re-up who you are and what you want, and then operate with integrity. Be integrous with yourself. That's a word, integrous. Be integrous, that's having integrity with yourself, and that's authentic integrity. You want to be that. The power of your spoken word is everything, because you need to monitor your words. Monitor your words. Everything you say will return to you at some point. If a friend of yours was to ask you, hey, next spring, we should go to Brazil for vacation. And if you were to say to yourself or say to that person, yeah, I don't think I'm going to have the money. I don't think I'll be able to go. You are literally sealing your fate, right? You are sealing your own fate that you won't have it. Or if you operate and you say, another day, another dollar, then all you are setting yourself up for is another day, another dollar. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. You should say things like, yes, a vacation to Brazil sounds awesome. I hope something really good happens to me in between now and then so that I can make that happen. Life changes in a minute, people. It changes in a freaking minute. And if you don't allow yourself the freedom, the open space to receive those things, if you seal it off from life to deliver it to you, you're a fool. Don't be a fool. Be open, create open space. Jason talks about this all the time about space, right? And I said that the word set, S-E-T, when we use the word mindset, the word set is not set. Your brain is never set. Your heart's never set. Your words are never set. They are dynamic. They are dynamic. They live in eternity. So as you throw them out, monitor them. If you don't have something good to say, don't say it. Don't gossip. It actually seals you off. It limits you. Be positive and state positive words. Throw it out into the universe because they will return to you and they will bring goodness to you, right? So everything you say is worthy of monitoring and controlling. There are a couple of power words in the way to do this. When you're making affirmations for yourself, you need to do them in the present tense. And I am is the way that you start that. I am successful. I am a crown diamond. I am driving a Ferrari to my villa in Dubai. Whatever, you state that. Now, if that doesn't feel like it's integrous to you, because some things don't, you have to manage your feelings. When you use affirmations, those affirmations have to feel good. They have to resonate with you. It has to be musical, lyrical, that increases your vibration. Igor used the word vibration. This is the first word he used at the podium today. He talked about a vibration. We caught a vibration in the summer. That's a true thing. So you need to have a vibration that makes sense to you. Now, if it doesn't feel that way, start here. I am in the process of. And use this as a warm-up to get to here. This is a warm-up. I am in the process of. It's very, it's setting you up for the future. But if all of your, if all of your affirmations are in the future, then you're never there, because you never live in the future. You live only in the present. But you can set up a process that you're in. I am in the process of, until you feel strong enough to say, I am this. Because these are the words that shape your destiny. Your thoughts, your words, and your feelings shape your destiny. And they need, those words, those powerful words need to make you feel good. I have a whole host of them. I write them down in a book, right? I'll tell you what some of the words that are vibrational, that are powerful words to me. And you need to take the time to write the words that resonate with you, right? I like words like excitement and awesome and all of that because I'm an action type. But you know, some people would prefer more subdued words like inspired, positivity, harmonious, right? The things we learn through Bank is core words that relate to our core values, and they really speak to our spirit, how our spirit connects to our thoughts and our actions. So if I'm walking around going, awesome, be awesome, all of that, well, some of you don't resonate with that. Some of you are like, get away from me with your weird psychotic energy, right? And if you're walking around and you're like low key, all of that, I can't really vibrate with that either. So we don't speak the same language, and that's okay. But we still want the same thing. We still want goodness and success and all of that. So find the words that fit your affirmation that work. I'll share some of mine. Belief, enthusiasm, excitement, imagination, dreams, commitment, attitude, vitality, vibrancy, physical, mental health, self-expectancy, hope, possibility, experiential, potentiality, vibration, waves, empowered, divine, confident, abundance, fine-tuned, frequency, harmonious, impact. These are words that when I'm using creating my affirmations are loaded with words that have vibrational impact on me, and they make me feel good. And when I feel good, I'm good. See, when you feel good, you do good. And when you do good, you're good. And when you're good, that's good. So you need to figure out, how do you get the powerful results that you want in your life? I've shared with you this before, and the reason I'm driving this is that now is the time. Now is the time to create your affirmations. And by the way, the best time for you to repeat your affirmations is in the morning. When you wake up, your brain is creating alpha waves for the day. So it's subject to grabbing information and floating it on those alpha waves. The worst thing you can do is to open up and listen to the news in the morning. The news is loaded with negativity and bullshit and fear and corruption and a bunch of happy horse shit all over the place, right? Don't put that stuff into your brain. What you should be doing is putting positive vibrational affirmations into your brain in the morning, because that will sit and float through your day, and it will tweak what you see, and you won't see the negative stuff, and you will see the positive stuff. And actually, by seeing what you see, you draw to you what you need to see. I hope what I just said makes sense. This is what I'm talking about. And I've talked about it 100 times, and I'll talk to you about it again, because now's the time. This is the time. January 2nd is the time to own your belief operating system. Tool it, retool it, be clear about it. State your affirmations from it. Why? Because your belief operating system is the culmination of your talents, your personal development, your life's conditioning and how you rewrite that conditioning, your mindset, what you're willing to be fluid thinking about, and your attitude, how you feel about what you think about. And all of those will drive and feed your beliefs, your behaviors, and your identification. And that is how you will be known to the people in the world. Your beliefs, your behaviors, and your identification. People will see you and hear you and feel you from your energy and your words. They better be good, because if they are shit, then people will stay away from you. If they're negative, people will say bye-bye. If they are positive, laced with hope, laced with commitment to a bigger vision, a bigger version of who you are, that you are innovating wealth creation for humanity, that you're on a mission to create change and goodness for humanity, when people resonate with that belief operating system, they're going to say, I want more of that. I want to be like you. I want to be with you. I want to build with you. I want to create change in the world for you. And then the results become the byproduct of that. This is very simple in its terminology. It's a little more complicated in its practical application, but it comes down to this. It comes down to your insights, right? I've said these words before, insight to insight. If you don't understand these words, you're going to want to look them up. Insight is a belief that comes to you from the culmination of your knowledge. It's like a revelation. An insight is like a revelation. It's like a thought that comes into your head. Insight is to create action. It's like a catalyst. It's like inciting a riot, inciting a resistance, right? And so insight, a belief, to insight an action that helps other people take action is very powerful. That's why I've been saying these words of evolution to revelation to rebellion and to revolution. These are important words. These are powerful words. And every year for the last 10 years, every year I have chosen a key word to start my year off with. And for me, I want to share with you what my word of 2022 feels like to me right now. The world is still in turbulence. 2 years of this COVID bullshit, and corrupt leaders all over the world making nonsensical terms. You saw Igor and Roel talking about here in the Netherlands, everything's locked down, and then 10 minutes down the road, it's freewheeling. How does that make sense? That's not a pandemic. That is an abuse of power by really ugly, awful human beings. And they will get their karmic return, I promise you. But in the meantime, it's the bullshit we have to live through. It's everywhere, right? It just changes, it goes with the flow, whatever people want to say and do. It's ridiculous. COVID is not a big deal. I had it for the last week. It was a cold. I take vitamins. I'm good. I'm not vaccinated. I'm never going to be vaccinated. And it's you know, it's not a big deal. But people talk about COVID like it's a death sentence, like it's cancer. Bullshit, it is not. It is a cold, it's a flu. And we have such a soft underbelly of humanity right now that people act like it's the thing, because power is very addictive for many people. And so weak people who get power abuse it. And smart people recognize that that's what's happening. So what I'm seeing around the world is reflecting on me, and it's running through me in a very powerful way. So the word that is resonating with me for 2022, and it resonates in business, and it resonates in life, it resonates in relationship, it resonates in money, it resonates in launching a business, in recruiting. It's everything. It's everything. It's everything. It's everything. Here's my word: revolution. Revolution. Revolution is radical change. This dude right here is gonna revolt against the machine, against bullshit, against tyranny, against failure, against poverty, against inaction. I'm gonna revolt against all of it, and I'm gonna create a revolution in my own world, in my own life, in my own family. Revolution is my word of 2022. I hope that you will get fired up and determine what's your affirmation, what's the word you're gonna focus on, what are you gonna make happen, what words create vibrational goodness and hope and opportunity and inspiration and motivation and love and energy and all of it, right? What are you gonna do to create strength in your own world? Because you can't change the world. You can't change tyranny. You can't change powerful people doing bad things, but you can change your world, right? You can create your own world. Your world is what's around you, and then what's around that, and what's around that. And ultimately, we can accomplish greatness by touching the entire world through our message. Success Factory is an amazing, amazing community, and I hope that you all will grab it and run with it and create the revolution in your world that is necessary for the change that creates the dynamic impact on your entire family legacy from now to forever. So with that, I'm going to turn the time back to my brothers in the Netherlands. So back to the boys at the podium, and we'll see you all at the top. Happy New Year. Make magic happen, people. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Greg.
Wow, 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 wow.
And he promised me every week in 2022 I will be better. So can you imagine? Now you set the foundation.
Boom.
Good.
Wow.
I think not next week, but the week after we will do a live call again here in the studio if all goes well.
Exactly. Exactly right. I can't
Right.
wait to be
What
there.
do
with
you
guys.
think? The people did such a tremendous sale at the end of the year. And now we put in those beautiful islands. I think that is a big surprise. But I always think, can we not do more? And I tried to convince Rowan.
Is Jason on the call? Jason?
No, Rowan.
Jason.
No, I want to do.
Jason, yes. Hey,
No.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You see, I tried to get something done, but he moves, you're a hustler.
How are you doing, Jason?
I'm doing great.
What do you think? Isn't it great that we do an extra
Greg still
for
there?
the people?
Hey, Igor, have you ever heard of a guy by the name of Don King?
Don King?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to look him up. He's the king of promotion. I've dubbed you Success Factory's Don King because you are the king of promotion, but you'll recognize that what he's good at is not always pushing out a promotion, because when the promotion comes, it comes with a bang. And I think you've thrown a lethal 1-2 punch in October and December. And I have no doubt that there's an old phrase in fighting big battles is sometimes you need to keep your powder dry. Sometimes you need to keep your powder dry, which means the gunpowder that goes into the gun. We've got a big event that's coming up. I have no doubt between now and the big event, you'll come up with a phenomenal promotion, but I bet we'll save the best for a big bang that's coming up, because we're going to have a bang of a year.
Yeah, I keep a lot of powder dry, but you know, there's nothing wrong with shooting a hoop outside and try to see what we, you know, we have a saying, een vliegende kraai vangt altijd wat. A flying crow always catches something. How is that translation?
I have no
Wow.
clue if it exists in another country, but sounds good.
I don't know about crows, but we like eagles.
Yes. Wow. So,
Well,
did you have a good switch to the new year?
Yeah, it's
the man
always.
was in Jamaica. He was in one of the lost kingdoms of the pirates.
Yeah, not for the new
The
year.
Pirates of the Caribbean. That's right. So
Yes.
we go after it, but yeah, it's a great year. And what I want to say is, as great as we finish the end of the year, you know, a lot of people go into planning mode and all that kind of stuff, but planning time's over. You know, the year already started, so it's already time to be executing. We're already 2 days in, so if you haven't started, you're already behind.
Yes.
Right. If you haven't started, you're already behind. And so yes, this year is going to be a great year. I think we've set a solid foundation in 2021. I think that we've together figured out how to work together as a team, as a group of leaders, as a field team, as a corporate team, and you know what it is that we're trying to do and the products that we create. I think that it's created a lot of synergy amongst a lot of different parts that may or may not have had synergy before, but that is moving in the right direction, and you see it in the results, and you see it in where it is that we're trying to get to. And when I was listening to Craig talk, and he's like, I was talking about wanted to listen to a book about words and trying to find it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's actually going to be talking about this book called 52 Words That Can Change the Way You Live in the World, and he couldn't find it in Audible because this book isn't an Audible. And then he went on to claim some other author, but there is a powerful book out there called 52 Words, and it was written by some guy by the name of Jason Tyne. I don't know who it is. So I thought that he was going to go and start the year off by talking about a book I wrote back in 2017, but there's 52 words that I wrote about, powerful words. And all you have to do is read a word a week, one word a week, and it has the power to change your entire lifetime if you focus on it, because words are containers of energy. Words are containers of power. Words have the ability to transform you. Words have the ability to transform others. And you got to be careful with the words that you're using, the speech that you use for yourself, the understandings that you have, the thoughts that you have, all of those things impact the way that you operate your life. And when you're looking at 2021 for you and you're looking into 2022 and we're already off to the races, it's already the second day, revenue's already coming in, recruits are already coming in, people are already building. People are still getting promotions, and all of that's never going to change. The only question is, at what pace are you going to do it? And do you have the ability to see well into the future and recognize that maybe some goals and some aspirations that you're setting up for yourself, maybe if you look for a year, maybe it's too small for you. I would hope that you're somebody that looks at what you can do in a year, but more importantly, I hope that you're somebody that can see what you can do in a decade. Right? I want to challenge you to think about the next decade, not just 2022, but the entire 20s of this decade. What is it that you're going to have? Who is it that you're going to become? And what will it be that you will be doing 10 years from now? If you look at yourself down the road, who have you become? And who is it that you want to become, that you desire to become? Craig used a word called destiny. I put a post online about destiny. Destiny is a word that keeps coming up for me over and over again the past couple of weeks. And destiny is being committed to a vision that other people can't see. Destiny is being committed to a vision that other people can't see. We can have a vision and a mission for the company, but it's a very personal thing when you start talking about destiny, because every person has their own destiny. You have your own destiny. And are you committed to it? Even when other people can't see it, and most people will never see what your true destiny is, what your true calling is in your entire life. They'll see it by the way that you behave and by your actions and by the way you talk, the way you communicate, the way you build relationships, the things that you learn, the things that you share, the spiritual way that you live your life, or the spiritual way that you don't live your life, or whatever it is. Everything echoes against the backdrop of eternity. But I want you to think in terms of a decade, and what is it that you're going to be doing? Who is it that you'll have become? Because this year, 2022, is just a step along the path of a decade, right? It's just 1 year of a string of 10 years. right? So what you do in 2022 helps set the trajectory, helps sets the position, helps sets the angle, helps sets the arc of the next 10 years of your life, or helps sets the lack of an arc, or the lack of an angle, or the lack of momentum, or the lack of movement for the next 10 years. And success is always intentional. Success is always intentional. It's never unintentional. You never just stumble upon success. It's always the tough, hard, gritty fight like Craig was talking about. It's an ugly fight. You know, dreams are I was re-listening to a guy by the name of T.D. Jakes this week. He wrote a book called Destiny, which is the book that I'm reading. But he said that dreams are born in the ashes and fertilized in shit. Right? Dreams are born in the ashes and they're fertilized in shit. And he goes on to say, ask any gardener, ask anyone that's ever done anything around plants. And I often would draw a picture of a flower, and the way that you grow a flower through the sun, through the water, through the fertilizer, and through the dirt. Oftentimes fertilizer is nothing but a bunch of manure, a bunch of shit, but you've got to put it in there in order for it to grow. And you have the seeds of greatness inside of you. Everybody has the seeds of greatness inside of you. If I were to give you a seed of an acorn, which is a seed for an oak tree, you wouldn't look at this tiny little acorn, this tiny little seed, and say, you know what, I don't have the finished product. I don't have this big oak tree, but the seeds of greatness are within you. You just have to have the conditions that are ripe to allow you to grow. But you need to be thinking in terms of a decade, and you need to pick up the pace a little bit. If you really want to hit what you want to hit in the next decade, if your dream is too small, if it's easily attainable, if it's easy to maneuver into, then it's just too small. You know, dreams and aspirations and destinies are big battles. They're big battles of your spirit. They're big battles of your mind. They're big battles of your body. It's big battles of your emotions, big battles of your thinking. Most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to war with their thinking. Most people don't want to go to war with their emotions. Most people don't want to wrestle between their ego and their spirit every single day. Most people want to fit nice and small into a tiny little dream that's attainable and a nice little goal that they know that they can go and accomplish and be able to check it off a box. It needs to be bigger than that, because you're bigger than that. Your capacity is enormous. You have an infinite potentiality to you. You have an infinite potentiality to you and what you are capable of doing. But you've got to recognize, you got to be able to see it. Everything starts with awareness. You've got to be able to see, you need to pick up the pace, that success is always intentional. And like I said, planning time is over, right? You need to start executing. And if you haven't, you've already been left behind. And if you can't recognize, like Craig was saying, that there's some things going on in the world that are impacting the way that people live, the way that people think, the psychology of the average human being and their ability to see for themselves a dream, to see for themselves the opportunity to go build a global business, the opportunity for them to go change and impact humanity. They find it daunting. They find it hard. They find it challenging. And here we are in the midst of, you know, when the world seems to be compressing down, and when the global markets, if you pay attention to anything about finances, you pay attention to anything about economies around the world, if you pay attention to anything about what all the federal banking regulators and all the federal banks are doing, if you can't see what's happening in the financial markets, you need to start tuning into it, because there is a major crash that's coming along, crash that's coming around the world for governments, and a crash that's coming along that's a financial crash that'll be really, really big. It'll be huge. It'll be what people talk about when they talk about the Great Depression, when they talk about the 20s, when they talk about times after war. This time is different because every single country in the world is interconnected like it's never been interconnected before. The good news of all that is that it's the greatest wealth creation moments history has ever shown to provide anybody, right? When things are compressing down and when things are collapsing, whether it's governments and or economies or financial markets, that always sets the condition for two things to occur. It sets the condition for the average person that's not paying attention, that isn't trying to develop and go after their destiny. It sets up the scenario for them to get wiped out. They get wiped out financially, they get wiped out emotionally, they get wiped out spiritually, they just get They just get wiped out because they can see it, but they don't know what to do about it. But every single time this happens in history, whenever the economies come down or the government starts collapsing or countries start collapsing, it always sets up a scenario. It always sets up a scenario for wealth creation to get on the other side. So while it can set up a scenario for most people to get wiped out, it also sets up a very unique opportunity for wealth creation to happen. And I said it in my message last week when I was walking the beaches of Jamaica, that success factor, this moment in time chose you to be here because of what it is that we're trying to do, the mission that we're on of innovating wealth creation for humanity. Now's the time not to be playing small. Now's the time to be playing big. Now's the time to be having as many conversations as you can with as many influential people as you can to set up a scenario for great wealth creation to occur for you and your family and for those around you. Our company has been feverishly working in 2021, all of last year, to set everything up, to set the game up, to set the board game up called Success Factory, to set this game up called Success Factory for anybody to win from wherever you are with the products that we have. To set the game up for anybody to win, regardless of where they are, regardless of their background, regardless of their education, regardless of how much money they've ever made or haven't ever made, regardless of whatever they thought was possible before. The scenario is so great. The scenario is so great that you have to become greater. Your capacity has to get enormously big. Your capacity has to get enormously big, which means you have to do a couple of things. It's all about your process and it's all about your order. It's all about your process. I'll write these words down. It's all about your process and it's all about your order, right? These two words, process and order. Process and order. What is the process? Process is always related to a system, right? So you have a system, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And destiny has a process and a system to it as well. Destiny is always a step by step by step by step by step system. Destiny is always a step by step by step by step system. But the process that you use is the way that you move through a system, right? So what is the process that you're using and how do you create order? Most people live in chaos. Craig has often talked about, moving from invisible to power, and that there's a moment in there that you're in chaos, that you have a chaotic moment where everything seems out of order. And I sure hope that for you, your life is not completely out of order right now in different areas, because the opportunity is so great. This moment in time is a moment in time that's chosen you. You're here, things around the world are coming down, and it's a moment in time for you and your families and the people around you to create enormous wealth if you know what the hell you're doing. And if you're around people that know what the hell they're doing, if they understand the situation, if they understand the game that's being played, and if they understand how to create a business that can take complete advantage of it. Robert Kiyosaki would often talk about, people ask him, how do you constantly always win when other people are losing? Is because he has an unfair advantage. He has an unfair advantage. I'm telling you, Success Factory has an unfair advantage. We have an unfair advantage at the type of leaders that we have in this company because of their experience, their decades of experience. We have an unfair advantage of the way that we're sitting and the time that we're just starting to see momentum in our company. That's an unfair advantage, to be gaining momentum when everything else in the world is losing momentum. That's an unfair advantage. An unfair advantage of most people start in the United States and try to go out to the world. Here, we're everywhere in the world and we're coming to the United States. That's an unfair advantage that other direct sales companies wish that they knew how to do. We have an unfair advantage in the skill sets of the people that help run and drive this company. We have an unfair advantage in the products that we offer to the world. We have an unfair advantage in the realization that we came out with a product a year ago called The View, which is around virtual reality, that we used a word last February called the metaverse. We put it into the presentation. If you watch Roald's presentation from February of last year, we had him put in the word metaverse because we pay attention to what's going on. And lo and behold, it becomes common knowledge for most people at the end of the year. That's an unfair advantage of understanding that the future is faster than you think. The problem is you don't think. Most people don't think. Most people are slow. Most people don't understand, pay attention to what's going on. We have an unfair advantage in the way that we're setting up the game for Forex around the world. It won't be like a Me Too product that everyone has had forever. It's an unfair advantage that we have. So you got to understand the process. You got to have order. It's got to come in complete order. And when you want order, you have to know how to prioritize. You have to know how to focus. And you also have to know how to ignore. Right? I'll write these 3 words down. You have to know how to prioritize. Prioritize. Know how to prioritize. Right? What are you prioritizing in your life right now? What is your priorities? If I were to look at your daily schedule, if we had some camera that was in your home and it followed you around all day long, we would see what your priorities were from the time that you woke up until the time that you went to bed. Right? Success doesn't lie. Winning doesn't lie, and neither does losing. Right? Winning and losing don't lie. Winning doesn't give a shit about you. It'll allow losing. The losing category says, come one, come all. Anyone's welcome into the camp of losers, right? If you don't know how to prioritize, if you don't have process and you don't have order, come on to the losing team and we'll accept you and everyone gets a trophy for being a loser. Winning, there's only a small percent of people that get into the winning category, and some people get into the winning category once and then they go back to being part of the losing team and they lose the rest of their life. It takes tenacity, hard work. It takes process. It takes order. It takes prioritization. It takes understanding. It takes experience. It takes capability. It takes capacity to stay on the winning team. You're on a winning team. You have an unfair advantage. Every time you open your mouth to recruit somebody into this opportunity, into this business, into this world of entrepreneurship called Success Factory, realize that you're doing them a unique favor that no one else is willing to do because you have an unfair advantage with the team that we have here. It's an unfair advantage with the products that we have, and it's an unfair advantage with the team and the products at this moment in time. It's an unfair advantage. And the question is, are you going to take advantage of it or are you not going to take advantage of it? And it comes down to priorities. What do you prioritize every single day? Every single day, are you recruiting? Are you personally recruiting every single day? Are you personally having conversations? Are you personally trying to build? Are you personally trying to create customers? Are you personally trying to create a customer acquisition machine? What is it that you prioritize every single day? The other thing you need to do is focus, right? Focus. We use this word many, many times, focus. But focus is an acronym that stands for follow one course until successful. Follow one course until successful. What are you focused on right now? Are you only focused on creating a sales team, right? Are you only focused on creating a sales team, or are you focused on building a customer acquisition machine based off of recruiting and building? And because you're recruiting and building, you hit enormous amounts of sales, enormous amounts of revenue. You have a massive ratio of customers to recruits, right? What is it that you're doing? Can you explode your recruiting? Can you explode recruiting at the same time that you massively explode customer acquisition? With the moment in time that we have, recruiting ought to be through the freaking ceiling because everybody is looking for something, right? When the world is caving in, when things are coming down, when everything feels like it's going to be compressed, you also have to recognize that that's also a law of nature. A law of nature says that you have to compress something in order to explode it, right? You have to compress something in order to explode it. Like if you were going to build a bomb, or if you were to take, let's say you took a puddle of water, right? And this puddle of water is just sitting idle. Let me see if I can draw. You know what? Like if you're in a street and there's It's been raining out and there's a nice big puddle of water sitting here. And then the sun comes out, right? And then the sun comes out. So there's heat, and this heat is raining down on this little puddle of water that's sitting here. What happens over time is that this puddle of water just goes away. It just disappears, right? It dries up. However, if you're to take the same amount of water, right? If you're to take the same amount of water, and let's say you put it into a container, let's say you put it into a glass container, same amount of water, and you were to put it inside of a container, and you were to compress it inside of this little glass container, and then you were to put heat under it, put a flame under it, or the sun under it, what would happen to the container? The water would start to try to evaporate, which means that it would try to let its energy out into the world, which is what it could do as a puddle. But because you put a container around it and you put heat on it, there's only one option for the container, and it's for it to explode, right? It's for it to explode. If you take something, if you take water, you put it into a container, you put heat onto it, it begins to explode, right? So you have to compress something in order to explode it, right? If you were paying attention to any leaders, right? I see Peter is putting things out into some of the things some of his team is doing. He's putting these little 90-day, year-long plans into 90-day sections because he understands a law of nature, which means that if you can compress something into 90 days, it will lead to an inevitable explosion. And there are three words that I love that he always puts on the bottom of his flip chart or whenever he's setting a goal for himself is, it is done. It is done. Of course it's done. It's a law of nature that if you can focus something, if you can prioritize something, and if you can ignore everything else, right? So if you can prioritize and if you can focus and you can compress something and you ignore everything else, it is done. It leads to an inevitable explosion. It's guaranteed. The only challenge is, do you recognize the moment of time that you're in? Do you recognize that success is intentional? Do you believe in your destiny? Are you committed to your destiny? Or are you just talking about it? Are you committed to your destiny, even if everybody else can't see the vision that you're chasing after? You are meant to be an enormous, enormous empowered leader around the world, right? You have greatness inside of you. There's three words that you also need to focus on. Three words: your speech, your understanding. I'll write them down, then I'll pull it up. Your speech, your understanding, and your thoughts. Your speech, your understanding, and your thoughts. Your speech, your understanding, and your thoughts. What Craig was talking about, the words that you're using. What is your speech? What are the words that you use? What are the conversations that you're having every single day? If you were to monitor your speech on a daily basis, are you growth focused in your speech that you have, or are you not growth focused in the speech that you have? Are you destiny driven in the speeches that you're having, or are you fear driven in the speeches that you're having? The words that you use, and then your level of understanding. Do you understand what's happening in the world? Do you pay attention to it? Do you understand what's happening financially in the world? Do you understand the products that we have? Do you understand this business called direct selling? Do you understand this model of people wanting to go from employee to self-employed to business owner to being an investor? Do you understand cash flow? Do you understand income statements? Do you understand balance sheets? Do you understand how to create profit? Do you understand how to create wealth? And what's your thinking? What's your level of thinking every single day? So what is your speech? What is your understanding? And what is your thoughts, right? Craig showed you the belief operating center, right? And how you can change that, how you can change that about yourself. But you need to be aware of it. Your speech, your understanding, and your thoughts. And I'm here to tell you that, unfortunately, many people are very childish. Many people are very childish, act like a child in the way that they speak, in their level of understanding, and the way that they think. They're extremely childish in the way that they speak, and the way that they understand, and the way that they think. The game that we have designed called Success Factory is not a childish game by any stretch of the imagination. This isn't for children. This is for the big hitters. This is for the big boys and the big girls. This is for the big dreamers. This is for the destiny believers. This is for the destiny chasers. This is the people that want to run after their destiny, not walk after their destiny. It's time to stop acting, thinking, speaking, understanding like a child. It's time to play big. It's time to get into the game with the big boys. We're in the biggest industries on the planet that measure themselves in the trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. It's time that you upgraded your level of speech. It's time that you upgraded your level of understanding. And it's time that you upgraded your level of thinking so that your destiny can come towards you, because you're chasing after it. And just remember that this year is just 1 year, one step in a 10-step process to get you to where you need to be in 10 years. And that 10 years is only a step in 10-year cycles to get you to where you need to be at your end of your life, which is going to be your destiny. All of you are predestined for greatness. All of you are predestined for greatness. The only question is are you going to go after it? Are you going to go after it as a kingdom chaser, as a kingdom builder, as someone that really, really, truly believes their destiny, as someone that's really committed to their destiny and is unafraid to have conversations with other destiny chasers, whatever game they're playing, and say that this is the place to come play because we have an unfair advantage. And it'd be an opportunity to have you come here and leverage this unfair advantage for the betterment of all of humanity. It's a big game that we're trying to play. This year is about bringing in the big boys and the big girls that want to get into the big time arena and come build an empire, right? To come build an empire in the largest industries on the planet. Games for childish behavior is over, right? Time to play big. And with that, I'll send it back to our buddies over in the Netherlands. Always ride the wave of life and always play big.
Hey, hey.
Always play big, Roland. So play
Everybody else.
bigger.
Yeah, 2022,
Play bigger.
play bigger.
Play
That's
bigger,
right.
you know.
Last year was play big. This year's play bigger.
Play bigger. We do
Yes,
all
sirs.
by it. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Thank you, Jason. I'm looking forward to you guys coming to the Netherlands again. And
Yes.
after that,
Later
I'll
soon.
need to go back to Atlanta because there's a lot of work needs to be done.
There's
Absolutely.
coming a new office over there, I think, huh?
New market, new offers, renewed products. So let's see.
Wow, wow, wow. We are moving forward into a new area. Really a new area.
It is.
So, what do we think, you know?
We have some promotions still that are running. They were ended actually at the end of the year, so it's good to remind people again. We extended the offer of Forex Insiders that they can pay the 6-month subscription with Dagcoin. That's now been extended till the end of February.
I will do it. I will do it. You know, I've seen that most of you didn't do it, honestly. I looked at the thing and I'm shocked because, you know that in Dubai.
Maybe just to remind people, there will be some changes. There will be a completely renewed application launched at the Dubai event. And on top of that, there will also be a price change for Forex Insiders. Right now, you have the option to sign up.
They don't know that.
They don't know that yet. But right now, you have the option to sign up for 6 months and pay completely with Dagcoin.
Yes. And you pay the price that it's now.
That it's now. Yes.
But there will be a price change.
There will be a price. That's all I can say. You also get more value, of course. But just to
So that means
give you a
that
little
the
bit of
price is not going down.
the price is not going down.
It's going up. The only way is up, baby.
The other thing is, of course, Dagcoin Double the Coins has been extended also till the end of January. Double the Coins only for the packages that you buy with 3 years of escrow.
Yeah, till they are sold out.
So they are sold out.
When they're sold out, then
it's done anyway.
Yeah, then it's gone. The offers are gone with the wind.
Second membership with the view, also extended till the end of January. I know that for the last 2 days, I think it was not visible, but today that has changed. So if you log into the web shop, you will see immediately grab the offer. And even if you purchase your memberships with Euro yesterday or the day before, you can still now click grab the offer and you will see the ones listed and you can actually buy the.
People were shocked, actually. You know, they were complaining, I don't see it anymore. But you know, we told them it ends at the end of December.
And we gave
So-
also 12 extra hours for
Yeah.
triple the units for
Oh, for
Switzerland?
Switzerland. Yeah,
So-
man. Roald, that's something. I get hundreds of phone calls. Yeah, but it's not there. But I understand it. I looked at it and I was, you know, does he mean 12 o'clock in the middle of the day or 12 o'clock midnight? And I think when you mention 12 o'clock midnight, you do 0, 0, 0, 0.
Actually, we always do 23.59. Every promotion always ends on a day, 23.59 Amsterdam time. We say it every
Yeah.
time. So this was 12 o'clock and 12. Yeah, it's lunchtime.
Man, and there was a lot of stress because a lot of people missed out. And actually,
Why would you wait till the next day, which is already 12 hours after that it was?
no,
I-
I can imagine because there was a lot of traffic. Honestly, there was a lot of traffic and
Not-
a lot of people.
Not
want
in the first 12 hours of New Year. The traffic was really low. I could see it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but they were partying because they really moved hard. And you know what? Actually, because of that, can we not do something? Can we not?
Come on, it's like, what is it? 2nd of January.
Yes,
The whole year you've been like,
it's
Roald.
time for an extra promotion.
can you just leave me alone? Can you
Yay!
leave me alone for 1 month at least?
No, I'm not that type of guy. You
So
know?
anyway, you had some things you wanted to say about the Bounty Islands.
Yes, I want to, you know, guys, because I just put it all those bounty islands in the groups. When you look in the WhatsApp groups, I have to put it in the Telegram group as well. But let me, for example, look over here, and I like to open it so that in the momentum group I did it even twice. So here we have them. Now we have 5 bounty islands, and actually, this is something that is not normal. This is a promotion as well.
It is.
And you know, but because we didn't have the call, we could not. But now I want to mention it because we took 5 islands, not just 5 islands to take. No, we took 5 bounty islands with significant importance. So why? Now let me start with the first one, Curacao. Curacao is not just a bounty island, but it's one of those special Caribbean islands
Yep.
where actually the average income is for a Caribbean island reasonable high. It's almost 1,000 euro, and you must understand there are only 500 euros, 500 units of just 250 euros. Means we specially, and that's what, because I had that question, why only 1,000? Yeah, the richest countries in the world, you cannot sell them for 125. So, but now we took 5 extreme special islands that have a lot to offer, and from where we think the people in the future are going to have a lot of benefits. Are you agreeing with me?
I agree.
So Curacao is absolutely one of them. It's an island that you can issue now the unit for just 250, and it's not that easy to understand that when Bermuda on the marketplace in the future will bring way more than 1,000, because there are 2 ways how you can make money with those units. You can keep them, and when the revenue is coming, when people are going to visit and they pay, you
have
make
some
money.
extra.
But there's another thing. There is, when it's sold out, imagine how many people want to have Bali. Bali was only 125 euro. Now I can imagine when I missed Bali, the #1 vacation destination, the dream destination in the entire world, according to Forbes, that I want when I have a portfolio and I don't have Bali. I want to buy Bali. Now,
Where do you get
it
it?
is not to get anymore. You go to marketplace. Now, I'm pretty sure I have a couple of more units than I needed to buy to get me the 1%. So, but do you think that I'm going to sell my units for 125?
I think
Absolutely not.
maybe for those few extra units that you purchase, you can actually get the same money back that you used to buy the original 1%. Who knows?
I will not even sell Bali for 2,500 euro.
But yeah, it's a market. Maybe somebody else will.
Somebody else will, but then be careful when you do it too cheap. I buy it from you because I really did, and you know that I do those trainings because I am an analytic calculator. So I calculate constantly what return on investment I can have. And I believe that it can easily be that for Bali, people pay 2,500 euros. I think when people see the value of, for example, Hawaii, I think Hawaii has a value of 25,000 euros. Oh. So people paid 1,000 for it. That's how I think. And why do I think so? You have to follow my trainings because I make calculations in different areas. And when you want that I take a country, for example, Greece, I can do it with Greece. You don't want to do nothing for Greece, but Greece is the most underestimated.
Do we have
country.
Some other countries?
No.
What's the next one after Curacao?
No, we have Curacao. I'm still talking about Curacao. Oh shit! So now, yes, there we have Curacao again.
So yeah, the next one is.
But I don't give up on my dreams. You know, the beauty of the dreams is too beautiful to give up. So Curacao. When you take the next one, because you want to go in, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is actually a state in the United States, isn't it? It's one of the extra states. So Puerto Rico, when you look at Puerto Rico, it's available for 250 euros. Means that everybody that didn't have 1,000 but can issue 250, Puerto Rico is there. And look at the average income in Puerto Rico. It's 1,749 euros. That's the average income. High. Only 1,400 units. That means, you know, now there's a movie in the theaters, The West Side Story. The la 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 la, and everybody that's older, they know the story of Tony and Maria.
Is that the theme song of the movie?
They come from Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico is an American state from cruise ships. You know, a lot of cruise ships are coming there. So it will have a significant income opportunity at the side of the future. But I really believe that on the marketplace, it will make way more when you have it and when you have a couple of extra units. And I train the people, think about the business. Because when you invest in real estate, when you buy a house, when you do something, that people say, when you start a business, it takes you 3 years till you go break even normally. Yeah. When you do real estate, people say, when in 10 years you make the money back, you do good. Can you imagine you buy Puerto Rico for 250? And let's say somewhere this year we have that marketplace, and on the marketplace you can get back 500 euros for it. Means you have your units in the universal pool. You don't get rid of that. You have it in the infinity pool. You only sell the regional units. Am I right?
Yes.
Correct. So you sell one unit in the regional, in the universal, no, in the regional pool, but you keep your universal and your infinity. Correct, then?
Correct.
So now you sell it, and you sell it for double the money. Means when you make 100% profit in a year, it's good, isn't it?
Good deal.
That's what we have with the Forex Insiders. That's what we aim for, that people can get something like that. Now, I cannot guarantee it because we simply don't know. We don't know. But what I know for sure is there are a lot of those countries that, imagine Puerto Rico. Let's get crazy. How can we buy Hawaii? Sold out. How can we buy Alaska? Oh, sold out. How can we buy Puerto Rico? Oh, no, sold out. How can we get the Bahamas? Sold out. They pay a fortune for it. When you are a leader, you want to have your portfolio complete, isn't it?
Yes.
You don't want to miss. Collectors. These are collectors' items, ladies and gentlemen. Then look at the next island. Cook Island. Cook Island, ladies and gentlemen. Cook Island. There's a story behind the Cook Island, isn't it? So It's one of the world famous travelers, and the Cook Island is one of those places, those magic places like Fiji. So, and you know, the Cook Island, again, only 250.
2,100 euro average income.
2,100 euro. We don't talk about a couple of poor bastards. No, we talk about potential, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, you know, before I want to talk about Samoa, you know, remind people don't know, but can we not do something, Roald? I know I'm excited about before I want to.
But it's always the same thing. And even it comes to the point that when I drive over here to the Global Call, I'm already in the car like, oh, hopefully today Igor is not coming again. We already do so much. If I do it now, will you just leave me alone the rest of the month?
Yeah, when you do it, yeah, you know. But then not only give me Greece, but then I want Mexico. I want a couple of underestimated, you know.
Okay, so which one are we talking about?
When I can choose,
you can choose 3.
Greece is the most underestimated country.
Okay.
When you can give Mexico, that's the #1 destination of the Americans, with all the pyramids and all the magic, and because we had so much power in the other ones. And there's another country that is actually in Africa that I've been there. We have been there.
I have not been there. I'm still waiting.
It's the #1 destination for safaris. It is a magical place. It is a place that people have no clue. It's sellable for only 125 euros. It's Kenya where you do the safaris, because I really believe when I can choose, when you give me those countries, I will wait.
So Greece, Mexico, and Kenya, and you leave me alone the whole month of January. I have like thousands of witnesses right now. Sure?
When you can do that, when you can give me that.
Give me, I will see what I can do. You go with the other countries, the islands.
Are you kidding me? Wow, this is a magical year. I thought I have to go for weeks and now he goes away. So wow, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not celebrating the victory before it's here, but it looks tremendously. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go over this last 2 islands before I start to talk, because Samoa is the island group between Hawaii and New Zealand, actually. You know, you have Hawaii 5 hours away flying from the American coastline, and then the next one is Samoa. Samoa is where the #1 paid actor in the world, Mr. Rock Johnson, is from. And Samoa is you know, when you go to New Zealand and you go to Australia, a lot of Samoans are over there. And it's really, when we start filming there, you will make a fortune. It's only 125 euros. So I advise you, buy it tonight, because after this call, people will understand what is Samoa. And then look at this one. Hey, look at this one. Do you know the movies Madagascar? Those beautiful movies with the elephant, with the lion and the zebra that are going everywhere, and the other animals. We put it Madagascar in, ladies and gentlemen. Madagascar. And it's a little bit weird, but Madagascar has only 3,000 units for just 125 euros, ladies and gentlemen. Those 5 islands, we launched already a couple of islands before. The most of them are sold out. These islands have exactly the same potential, because I made them at the same moment, and it was, what do we do first? Now, these are the ones, you know, when you can get a hold of these islands, and be careful, because they are only running till the 10th of this month. Then it's over. Then the double the units is over, and they go back to, actually to no units in the universal pool. Of course, it stays in the infinity pool, but the universal pool you miss out on. So I would advise you to get your portfolio complete, get them overnight. And then, you know, let's see when Roald, if he comes back.
So, you promised, huh?
Yeah.
So look what we have here. Double units in the universal pool for Greece, Kenya, Mexico. I made it the same for the islands. So January 10th.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now I need to say something about it, especially, of course, because we cannot, this is, ladies and gentlemen.
You're excited about the promotion. I'm excited about a quiet month.
No. I don't want quiet months. I don't want quiet months. You know, I don't want quiet months because I know one thing. I have seen how much volume we made this week. I can see it in my accounts. You know how much commission is there. So I know as well the top leaders how much commission they made. I know that when we do millions and millions and millions, and I'm not overestimating when I say millions and millions, means we are paying out tomorrow
a lot of commissions.
millions. Am I not overdoing? We pay out millions.
Correct.
So we pay it out in DEC coins because what is paid in DEC coins, we pay in DEC coins.
Yes.
And it's important to understand because maybe you think that the DEC coin offer, grab the offer, stays. It's not.
No, it will end.
It ends. This time it will end, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe people think, yeah, but you know, at the end of the month, they will continue with it.
Because we did that already for 2 months or 3 months, maybe even, but you have to understand, we're phasing out the DEC coin distribution.
Yeah.
So when that is done, we're also not accepting coins after that. And we also move into other markets. So it's for us better to separate those entities.
Yes, and we have to take it off the website. Otherwise, we cannot.
But the development of stores is still a very, very high priority. There's a lot of things that will also be shared on the Dubai event about DEC coin, about DEC Pay and everything that is connected to the ecosystem. But accepting DEC coins for payments after this month is not going to happen.
Means
only for the Forex, we extended till the end of February because that's a product that we also launched with in the US, but that will also be completely over after the event.
Means grab the offer, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And now Roald made those available.
Yeah.
I think
3 regions, Greece, Kenya, and Mexico.
That Greece is the most underestimated region. We have now beautiful. We have Greece, it's a 500 one. We have Mexico, it's a 250 one. And we have Kenya, it's 125 one. Now, what people must understand is that Greece, and I talked already with you, all those movies, 300, Alexander the Great, it was a Greek guy. It was a Greek guy. All the gods created. So the moment that we start doing something in Greece, we have so much opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. We have so much possibility to create income revenues that Greece is by far the most underestimated country in our view.
How much percent is it now?
I think it was extremely low, 20% or something. I don't understand.
Let me see if I can find
because
it.
That means that people don't.
Greece has 21%.
21%, ladies and it has
that
Crete,
will go fast.
It has Corfu, it has Santorini, and I want you to look at those places.
Mexico is at 40%.
Mykonos, Zakynthos, Rhodos. It has so many huge important places. It has only, I think, only the Pantheon in Athens will bring you back the volume because you have to climb the hill and there are a lot of secret roads in the hill. And
Kenya is at 10%. So we have one at 10%, one at 20%, and one at 40%.
Wow. And, you know, and it cannot be, it can really not be that especially now the grab the offer is, make sure you get Greece in your portfolio. I guarantee you from all the countries that we have, that's the most underestimated. It has the same 100%. Income opportunity power as France, Italy, and Spain to understand. As well, Mexico has that potential as well. You know, Mexico is a huge economy. It has Formula One races. It has important sport events. Think about the moment that we have people in stadiums and people are watching, and you can choose different persons to watch a match, and that income flows in. Mexico is in sports one of the biggest countries in Latin America. Okay, we know Brazil, we know Argentina, but Mexico has a tremendous potential. Mexico has one of the wonders of the world, the Chichen Itza, but as well, pyramids all over the place. They have Puerto Vallarta, they have Cancun, they have Tulum, they have so many of those hot, beautiful places that the 250.
And you are guaranteeing the value of those three regions. And let me emphasize again, I'm guaranteeing that the promotion second membership with their coins will not be available anymore after this month. It ends January 31st. It will be out. No extension.
So the best thing that you can do for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, is that you get one of those, you get the 5 islands, and you get these 3 underestimated super region. And you know, what I want to see is that because now we have this done, you know, means that now I'm in debt. So now I owe him one. So, but you know, I promised him with the 5 countries that we will do it. And now we have to make sure that we get it done. When we sell out, for example, Greece, or we sell out Mexico, we sell out Kenya, you know, I will not talk this month. I promise you, I will not ask and do. But when you guys give me the clout, when you give me the power by selling out those countries, the 1st of February, I will say, hey, Roald, do you remember how tremendous good this promotions worked out? And then I can guarantee you, because everything is, you know, what do you give to be able to receive? Now, I think from our point, we are giving a lot of opportunity. Are you agreeing?
We did. I did what you asked. You showed it. That also was a big part of it.
Yes.
You had a goal, a target.
What is, did you had such a great New Year celebration?
No, but the development team worked hard behind the scenes to make certain things easier. So now, even without development, it is possible
and
to make some changes.
These first 10 days are counting towards January.
Yeah. So
as well, they calculate towards December.
And it's January 10, 23:59 Amsterdam time. So 12 o'clock midnight on December 10. That's I believe that's on a Monday. So that you have another 9 days or something, 8-9 days, and then finish strong month of December. So while the year is over, your month of December is not over yet.
Yes, because they can qualify for a higher rank with back working power in December.
Correct.
With these 10 days are the most important 10 days.
They count
of the
double.
month.
They count for December and January.
They are, you know how Julius Caesar won the battle against Pompey, because he had an army behind that could switch from here to there. And even he had lesser people, 1 against 4. He won that battle. Now we have that as well. It calculates towards it. You start January extremely strong, so you're in the best position to get a high level in January. But as well, a lot of you, and I know, like the people in the Bermudas, they are on the run. They want to create a diamond.
Oh,
and there are other regions in the Middle East. I know regions in Spain. You have the opportunity of a lifetime. And why? When you finish so strong, the alcohol is gone, the party mood is still there. So use that positive party mood to celebrate by giving you the best reward that you can get. One of those tremendous units.
All the promotions still there. Another 9 days to go, 8-9 days.
Yeah.
Till you finish the month of December. But at the same time, the more work you do in these days, it's also a great start for the month of January. So I believe that's
So ask me, ladies and gentlemen, I do this because he did this for us. Means when you want that I take one of those regions, pick it out and do a training for your team in the next days till it's over, you know, and it's only over till the fat lady sings. So, and we know when she sings exactly that I'm willing to do at least once a day a special view training about return on investment, about what, and you know, I will do tomorrow. I promise you, I will do one. I will set it up. I will do one. I don't know the time yet, but I will do it in the groups that you can follow the training, and I will explain you why you need to do Greece. A day later, I will do Mexico. A day later, I will do Kenya.
You can come every day in the office and do it somewhere in the afternoon. Why not set it up?
I look forward to do it. And I promise you, I will do it. I will do it at the end of the day so that, you know, it's not disturbed, that the people that wake up at the other side of the world, they can already benefit. I think I will do it every day somewhere 6 o'clock.
There you go.
6 o'clock more.
I think
6 o'clock we have. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock, I will be here in the office to do a meeting for you. I will take a flip over all whiteboard.
Yeah, we set it up. That's why
and
the
I will
studio
do it
is
for
here.
you. Every single day till the 10th day, I will do that for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful promise.
So it takes something.
It's done. We wrap it up. It's the first call of the year.
Wow.
So
we look at the time. I'm so excited.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Strength and honor.
It's all about you.